I'm going to break down the linguistics of scrying and agrimony, the herb, and matrimony. There is a connection between agrimony and matrimony that I've never heard anybody mention before. The energetic truth that's hidden behind these words is going to expose a lot because English is a spell. And this was so fascinating for me to discover these connections. So moni is a suffix. It's from Latin. It actually is used as in matrimony or patrimony or agrimony or testimony. This is Latin, and it denotes some type of action, state, or condition. So matrimony literally means the state of being a mother, from mater, mater, mother. It is legal, social, and a spiritual condition that was imposed on women. Agrimony is the plant of uncrossing. So the word agrimony has a different root coming from the Latin agrimonia, which itself is a corruption of the Greek agrimone, a name for poppy. There's no direct linguistics between these things, but my intuition was just telling me it was a connection. So we do not look at words' origins alone. You want to look into the vibration of the word. Does it carry a resonance? And matrimony or matrimony denotes the yoke of motherhood that's attached to a contract. Agrimony is a plant that's used to break yokes, to sever energetic contracts. So it is the antidote to the state of enforced motherhood, which the patriarchy created so that women could be owned. And this is a spell that can be used to reverse that, to return that energy of binding to the sender. So as a master herbalist, as a shaman, as someone who speaks the plants, um, coming up with this in the first place was really interesting in how it happened. But I was working on a decoding about marriage and why that was created, and agrimony came to mind. So this return to sender herb has a primary magical property. It has the ability to break hexes, and it can send harmful energy back to whoever sent it. It's not a shield that just deflects, it is a mirror that reflects, undoing the harm and returning the debt to its originator. So, one folk name for it could easily be just return to sender, or it's psychic warfare. It's a very powerful agent of warding off negative energy, curses, and psychic attacks. In hoodoo, it's considered one of the best herbs for counteracting the evil eye. People talking about you, gossip, and so agrimony holds a special medicine for those of us who have hid their pain behind a smile. It helps to relieve hidden truths and it supports emotional honesty, which is a crucial thing for recognizing the energetic violence of toxic bonds created by the patriarchy. So it's an ally for women going through the awakening, this to break the spell of matrimony, to return that energy of coercion and domination back to the sender. Okay. Now, matrimony, it's really good for the specific part that says to death do us part, right? So with focused intention, you can reverse that because death is an illusion. So the institution of matrimony is a multi-generational spell that was designed to bind women's wombs to a system of ownership, lineage, and control. And the matrilineal DNA is what passes down information to our children. So by creating this sorcery, this contract, this is how generational trauma is kept alive. And this was all intuition, just kind of guiding me through this. So across many lifetimes, when once you take those type of vows, that person is going to be in your life in every lifetime, every time you reincarnate, until you figure out what was done to us. And so matrimony was weaponized. Now, the base of the word is mother, which was a clue, because the institution built a world around securing a man's lineage, patriarchy, patrimony. And it's almost as if you're a single mother, your children are a bastard, right? All of that is created by the patriarchy to make women feel bad, when knowing all the while a lot of men aren't really able to be in that space to be a father, especially in indigenous communities. Matrilineal power was how we once operated across the world. Indigenous cultures, they revered the feminine, and we practiced matrilineal descent, and we honored women as community leaders and healers and priestesses, medicine women, doulas. And this was systemically destroyed by colonizers, to the point now where people don't even trust women to help them have their baby. That is the sorcery of the patriarchy. So the divine feminine was repressed and labeled as witches, so that we would be exterminated, and so we would be considered bad, as women. But your womb is a cauldron. It's symbolic, the cauldron. You are a vessel that brings forth life. So turning inward is the first act of rebellion, because your womb is not merely a biological organ, okay? It is the holy grail. It is the prima materia of all creation within your body, the vessel of transformation that occurs within us to be able to create a human being. This is why the symbolism of goddesses is so important for the alchemical process of understanding when you go through transformation. And so, with the womb space having so much trauma that has occurred, and it's passed down through our genetics, epigenetically, right? So, matrilineal systems was in place because we were literally created and built to be able to do that. Every sensation in your body, every ache, every flutter, heavy periods, periods that seem to have no normal cycle, all of these things is an effect of this. So before any ritual, before any vow, you consult with your body, because your body is an oracle. And listen to your body. Your body knows things that your mind does not know. Listen to that. Listen to the way that your shoulders feel when you're in certain people's presence, right? And that sensation that we get, you know how we say like things like, I had a bad feeling, I just felt it in my gut. And then you end up finding out you was right, but you couldn't make sense of it with your mind, right? So unaligned energy needs to be returned to the sender, okay? And in order for us to reclaim sovereignty of our sacred vessel, and to reject any energy attached to us through these contracts, these vows, these societal expectations, we have to remove that energy from our womb space. And so you could use the new moon to do this, which is really good for beginnings. If you work with altars, it'd be, I hope that you are, just a cloth, a plant, some water, and a crystal is a super simple way to do an altar. And I'm going to walk you through how you can use the herb agrimony to remove things from the womb space that may be hindering you. And that portion of this is going to be in the members only on YouTube, and you'll be able to access it there. So stay tuned, because I'm just getting started, because I got something to help our children too, because in the generational curses, listen to the words. We're going to need more than just hoping things get better. And everything was put on this planet to be medicine and to help us with things. So it's nothing demonic, bad, or wicked, or evil from using herbs with an intention for a specific outcome. This is why ancestors were much healthier than we are. And this is why all of the trauma stuff that we see now, like this is a modern day thing since the patriarchy. And by us returning to our roots, that is healing within itself. So if this is something that interests you, go ahead and just follow the link, whether it's in the bio or description, and you will be able to get access to this agrimony womb healing ceremony. All right, y'all. Peace.